What up, good people? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. And welcome to Montez at Midday. Your boy Dre Montez, host also of Who's to Blame the podcast. You can check out my latest episode of my podcast. You can go to DreMontez.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. You can also go there. Just type in Dre Montez or the Who's to Blame. You know how we got to do. Thank you to the title sponsor, the Weed Squad. But high fives. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. Happy birthday to all birthday people out there. Those of you know who you are. And speaking of birthdays, my man, old Massenberg, old Pete, old Paul, down in Houston. Happy birthday to you, my man. Lighted up scented candles in the building. Had some good times with my dude from softball to hanging out and partying and hitting the road down in Louisiana to meet his family and going down on the yard down at Southern. Great time, my man. Happy birthday to my man. I'm going to keep it on that level with birthdays and friendships, and seeing people and getting back out there. I know the pandemic has shifted things in a way that we never thought it would be. From actually going to events, hanging out, being a part of some, but seeing your family and friends has been, kind of difficult. If it wasn't for some of the live streaming events, I don't know how most of you would see and view each other the way you have been doing it. But I know in the early stages, we were really taking advantage of the live streaming situations. But to get that up close and personal connection is totally different. That's why I appreciate all my Man Cave weekends as we went to Man Cave North yesterday. Thanks again to Jody for hosting at the last minute as the Man Cave Central is being upgraded. So we had to go out to Man Cave North. But it was a great time yesterday seeing everybody and getting our football beef on as well. But also over the weekend with the friendship situation I want to tap off into before I get into a conversation about whatever else took place over the weekend, but friendships. And one of my good friends, one of my best friends, my brother, my Mo Frere, my partner, my dude, Menden. It was his birthday over the weekend, and it was a surprise birthday during this pandemic, so they got real creative. Thank you again to his lovely, beautiful wife, my sis, Megan, and the family as well. This family, the McCarthy Menden clan, is just I can't explain. I can't explain it. People outside of your family and you're friends with them, it's just totally different. But it was his 40th birthday, and happy birthday to my man. But it was a lot of fun. It's my first birthday outdoors, I do believe. First outdoor birthday outing that I've been to during the pandemic. It was a great time. It really was. It was a good time. It's great seeing everybody and rekindling and reflecting on how I met this young man is just crazy. I had just moved back to St. Louis in 2001 from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I went to Laclede's, the bar right across the street from SLU back in the day. If you've been to Laclede's, show your love out there, huh? Who didn't do the slut stroke, huh? You did it. But Laclede's had a special place in the heart for me. So I went there, and I get invited to this party. Unbeknown to me, the party is 2 blocks from where I live at in Central West End. So I go to this party, and I meet this young man, and we hit it off immediately. We hit it off so cool and so good that I actually became his roommate like 2 weeks later. That's how good of a friends we are. And then going to Savannah, Georgia with him was just incredible. And just the countless events we've been to and functions we've been to. I went to my very first Scotch tasting with him. Yes, it was really cool. We did it. It was at the Moolah. It was very damn cool. It was a great time. But the adventures, the stories, the times, it's never really been a bad time we hang out and get together. Never has. But happy birthday to my man Menden. He's 40 years old. Hell of a dad and a husband and a hell of a friend and a son as well out there to his wonderful parents and a sibling as well, as he comes from a very large family. But I really enjoyed myself this weekend at that birthday party. But happy birthday to you, my friend, my man. Mo friend forever, my man. I'm sorry. You got me forever, my man. You got me. The weekend. Not the singer, but what took place over the weekend. We got a chance to see another documentary out there in the sports world. One that's been on the minds of people such as myself for quite some time. But before I get into the Tiger Woods documentary, we saw the Michael Jordan documentary. I've seen the Dale Earnhardt documentary. What's the next documentary out there that we need as sports fans? What is one that we want to see or would like to see? I would like to see Barry Bonds. I want to see that. I had a horrible time of cheering for Barry Bonds because I knew another side of Barry Bonds. I know the side that showed he was an asshole, not the great athlete on the field. It took me until last year with Man Cave members and my buddy Tyler down in Perryville to get me to understand how great of a baseball player Barry Bonds was. Hell of a baseball player, but it took me a while to give him credit because he was a piece of shit outside of baseball. But I think that documentary needs to be made just for that simple fact right there. Because people perceive this man as one way. And I am a huge person that really believes in the fact, judge me for what I do, my job, what I get paid for. But we're in that time and age now where that doesn't exist. They're going to judge you on both sides of it, on the field and off the field. Is that fair? We'll never know. That's a hell of a debate to have with people. But Barry Bonds, I think that should be the next documentary made from his words. I don't want nobody else to do it. I want him to actually be in it. I don't appreciate documentaries about people and the person is not on board with it or not even in there. I don't like documentaries like that. But the ones that capture the true story and the true meaning and the person and they reflect on their career, I love it. I love it. But that's the next one I would like to see. Share with me what the next documentary of sports that you think needs to be made or should be made. I mean, talk about it. I know the Keith Hernandez story with the Cardinals was at one time one of those, let's really talk about these 80 Cardinals for a chance. That was at one time a conversation in a piece. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Ken Burns was on board or not. I don't know if it's going to be a local produced thing, but at one time that was a little buzz about that documentary being made about Keith Hernandez and the 80s Cardinals. But on the Tiger Woods documentary, I don't know if anybody saw it, but there's nothing I'm going to tell you that you don't know. So you can't be like, oh, Dre, don't fucking spoil it for me. I'm not spoiling you nothing about Tiger Woods. You know everything. I'm just going to point out some things that blew my damn mind about Tiger Woods that I did not know. And also the things I found very hilarious. I'm sorry. I am not getting in nobody's documentary talking about cheating on my wife. Yeah, I don't know how that guy did that. I know he's not married anymore, but what the hell? What are you getting out of this to talk about the time that you were cheating on your wife? Even though you're not with her no more, she's probably going to see it. And he's on there talking about cheating on his wife. What the hell? Okay. Now let's get to the other part of the movie. I forgot how fine Tiger Woods' wife was. Keep that in mind. Shit. Damn it. I'm glad they didn't show the Perkins girl. I really think that's why a lot of people got mad at Tiger when he got caught. It was the fact what the girl looked like. I mean, why are people always shocked that the person that you cheat with is not what people picture? Keep that in mind. But I really did forget how fine she was. Very attractive woman. And his girlfriend he had before her. Damn it, boy. Tiger was hooking him up. He was doing his thing. But here's the one thing that really blew my mind. I had to sit up. I had to stand up. First I sat up, then I stood up, then I walked closer to the television, and I had to rewind it, and I had to turn the volume up. Did I just hear what they said? We all know that Tiger Woods' dad, Vietnam, 2 tours. Tiger Woods got to know one of his dad's buddies in the service. And he was more about hypnotism. Tiger Woods learned how to hypnotize himself. So when people say, announcers said, we even said about each other, that guy was in the zone. It looked like you were hypnotized out there. Well, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods knows how to hypnotize himself and just focus on the game of golf. You talking about a whole new level of what the fuck when I heard that. What? I thought it was a what when I heard what his dad used to yell at him while he's attempting to play golf. I'm going to let them tell that story. I'm not going to tell. I'm going to let y'all hear that in part 2. But it blew my mind to hypnotize yourself to get in the moment. They show it in the movie with Kevin Costner, the baseball movie. He says, release the mechanism. And he blocks out everything. It's just him and the catcher in the baseball. He doesn't hear anything, doesn't see anything. Have you done anything like that before? I mean, I have ways to block out the sound when I was playing softball. Real easy to do. Pitch everyone as your ex-wife. You can block that shit out quick. But I never heard the outs-out noises, the distractions, none of that stuff. You hear what you want to hear. I call it selective hearing. Kids out there in America know what I'm talking about. When your mom and daddy call and you don't hear them, and your mom and dad say, boy, you didn't hear me talking to you? It's called selective hearing. But the madness of Tiger Woods, how Tiger Woods came on the scene. His dad really, truly created him. I'm not talking about, he had sex with his mom and Tiger was born, not that typical shit. But really, this man, at 8 months old, put a golf club in his hand. Now, I know a whole lot of people out there have been pushed into sports. Your parents are trying to make you live through them, or vice versa. They want you to do something they couldn't do. We've all heard stories about that. I mean, hell, look at Tom Marinovich's dad. Electroshock therapy. Remember that? Yeah. Earl Woods was on a whole different level too, as in getting this plan together. There was a process to this, and it had to be followed. If you don't believe me, they didn't like him having a girlfriend, because that could lead to what, kids? Pregnancy. Okay, so that kind of scared them, getting off the plan right there. But he had a methodical, well planned out plan in creating Tiger Woods, his son, into a golfer. So fast forward now. You hear dads and mom talk about what their kids are going to do and what they should do. We say they shouldn't do that to people. They wrong. Let that baby live their life. Damn that. Damn that. If you know what's coming and you don't want your kid to be involved in it, you have another plan, do it. Do it. I don't know not one parent who has not tried to push a sport on their kid. It's in the blood. It's just something about it. It looks cool when your kid plays sports and you're at the game. It looks cool. I tried my damnest to get my oldest daughter to play football. Yeah, I said football. Yeah. Quarterback princess. She's going to throw that thing. I wanted her to shock the world. She's going to be a 6-footer. She was going to do it. She was going to be ambidextrous. But things happen. Things happen. Of course, the boys are going to play ball. All kids play sports. All of them. But the way you put sports on girls is totally different. And the way you put sports on your boys is totally different. But the way Earl Woods put that golf game on Tiger Woods, I dare a parent to try that today. I dare. I dare a parent to try that. Talking about discipline. I mean, it was golf all the time with this dude. I mean, all of the time. And Tiger Woods turned out to be one hell of a golf player. Look at what he did for golf. Look at what he did. But again with Mike Tyson and Michael Jordan, they lost their best friend. They lost their dad. Cusimano was Tyson's dad, to me, in Catskills, New York. To me, that's his dad. What that man did for Tyson, impeccable. We all know about Michael Jordan's dad. Tiger was losing his dad, that hurt. Changed him. And we'll find out in part 2. If you haven't seen Tiger Woods' documentary yet, check it out on HBO Max out there. You can feel it. You can get to it, where it is, where it's at. Oh, man. How's the tissue doing out there for you NFL fans? Where is the tissue? And I have to say, probably for the first time ever since I've been watching the NFL. I want to say I've been watching NFL. I was born October 70. I started watching football November of 70. I'm going to put it that way. I've been watching football that damn long. But I think Saturday was the first time ever I didn't watch a live game on TV. I missed football all day Saturday. I had to watch it through my phone, through the events that I was involved in on Saturday. I'm not complaining. I'm just putting an asterisk by this moment that I did not watch football on TV on Saturday. I was watching it on my phone through highlights and updates. But I tell you what, the Rams and the Seahawks. I know a lot of people in this area are huge Ram fans. With their Matthew Dickey uniforms on, they went out there and did the job again against Seattle. But that was not Seattle. I don't know who that was. I don't know what team that was. What did Sierra do to Russell the night before? I mean, somebody got to explain this to me. How did that version of Seattle show up in that game? Was it the Aaron Donald hit? Aaron Donald broke his ribs because Russell Williams landed on him. Russell. Wow. That's shocking right there. Who's going to quarterback for the Rams next week? That's a question. You can't throw the ball with splints in your thumb, so that's going to be interesting to see. But I didn't see that beatdown coming that way. But the Rams showed up. As I told you before, I'm not feeling Jared Goff like that. I'm not. It's something about him. I don't know what it is. It's just something about him. It's like a fine chick with no ass. Why? But it happens. It happens. All right, the Colts and the Buffalo Bills, because nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. Bills Mafia, where you at? Where the Bills Mafia at? I need to see Bills Mafia losing their mind. I think the Buffalo Bills players themselves have acted more of a fool than the Buffalo Bills Mafia crew. I mean, I haven't seen them. Where they at? They're not on social media no more. I don't see nothing about the Bills Mafia. I was hoping someone in the Bills Mafia got locked up and it made TMZ. But it did not happen. But the Bills locked up that victory against Old Man River. I was rooting for Phillip Rivers, though. I was rooting for him. But it's been 8,779 days since the Buffalo Bills been to the playoffs. Well, good job, Buffalo. Good job. The Washington football team, in terrific time. I bet everybody is saying the same thing when that game was over with. Washington plays some football. The Washington football team played some football in that game. T12 did T12 shit. Shout out to him and George Blando, old ass man throwing the ball. If the Washington football team had a quarterback, we're probably having a different story today. I'm not saying healthy Alex Smith could have been helpful. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but what I'm really trying to say is the Washington football team played a whole lot better than what I thought. That may have been their best game of the year that they played. If I was the coach, any position coach on that team, I'm keeping that game to use that as motivation to help my team moving in the next season. You tell me. T12 did his thing. Oh, man. The Ravens and the Titans, oh, my. Oh, my. Man cave member Devin will really let you know how he feels about Lamar Jackson. He's not a quarterback. He calls him a rag-arm quarterback. You are not a runner. You're a quarterback. Sit up here and throw the ball. Well, Lamar Jackson got his first playoff win. It's off his back right now. Getting that first victory is so good when everybody is counting on you and telling you how good you are, the expectations, your trajectory, all of this they're telling you. And when you don't come through, that has to bother you. I bet his offseason was horrible. In my Marissa Torme voice from my cousin Vinny, terrible. But he played good. He played good. The Titans, I want to sit there. I want to hear from the Titans before the game started. Hell, last week, what was the game plan going in? What were we supposed to do? Because I don't know what the fuck that was. 40 yards? 40 yards? You got the beast And you're going to run the ball for 40 yards? Come on. You mean to tell me that when a quarterback goes to the line and they see a certain defensive scheme to stop the offensive play they're about to call, why don't you call an audible? Well, every time he saw 8 in the box and it was a run play, why didn't you check off? We should not be smarter than the players and the coaches. No way we should be at home knowing what's about to happen, but the quarterback don't know. They get paid all this money to do what? To do what? Fail. Epic fail. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Bears and the Saints, oh my. Drew Brees, for sheezy, for easy. My man DJ Fat down in Shreveport. He made a hell of a message. Don't be talking about that Who Dat Nation unless you got facts and gonna get a W down there, which is gonna be hard. That's what she said. The Bears. Juju said the same thing about the Browns. Same old Browns. Well, the same old Bears to me. I mean, I can't explain the Bears. They've always had the defense and the special teams. It's that offensive side that's always been an issue. It's been hit or miss with the offensive side. Hit or miss. On paper, you're saying, okay, this could probably match up and be a decent game. Probably within 7 points, 3 to 7 points, this game could be decided. But in all actuality, the Saints prove they're a much better team. Way to go, Drew Brees. Way to go. Way to go. This game here probably hurt guys, and my man Herb, Reggie, and Julie in Florida. This probably hurts. The Steelers got that ass whooped. But going into this game, we already knew what the Steelers could and couldn't do. Stop the run, run the ball. Those are two key ingredients that you need to play football. You need to be able to do those two things. So, Mike Tomlin, they didn't show up. That team didn't show up. Big Ben, you still crying. Okay. It hurts to cry when you compete and lose. Hey, you got to fall sometime. And I hate that the Browns took you down, but Juju done put his foot in his mouth twice. And he's a free agent. Let's see where that gets you. Juju. And the Browns, Baker Mayfield. Hey, I can't wait to see the next commercial. I thought it was a typo when I saw 28-0. How in the fuck does a center hike the ball of a Big Ben head? He's 6'5". 6'5". How does that happen? How does that happen? What was the mindset of the Pittsburgh Steelers going into that game? Were they already on vacation? Did they go to the strip club last night? Wondering minds want to know. But Steeler Nation, hey, here's the one positive thing. The one positive thing I could tell you. You were undefeated this year until you lost to the Washington football team. I'm sorry. But hey, it happens to the best of us, guys. It happens to the best of us. But hey, on to the next round. On to the next round now. And the NFL playoffs, we'll talk more and more about that as we get closer to that date. But hey, what a football weekend. I never thought that missing football on Saturday would be so fun. I never thought watching football on Sunday at the last minute we had to shift and go to another man cave. And it turned out to be a phenomenal, awesome day. So, great weekend for football. Sorry for those losses. Let's get ready for the draft. Get on the couch and get your popcorn ready to check out tonight's game in College Football National Championship. Who you got? I know my brother Jason down there is really rolling for Roll Tide. I got you, bro. I just can't root for Bama. That's the Florida in me. I'm not rooting for the Ohio State either. I cannot do it. There's no way I could do this, but I'm going to watch the game. I want to see a great competitive game with a hell of an ending and an epic interview at the end. That's all I want to see and get out of the game. That's what I want out of the game. And what I love about the College Football Championship, I think for the past 10 years you've been able to do this. You can watch different views of the game. So I'm going to try to watch all 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm going to try to watch all 6 different views to watch the game tonight. I'm excited for the simple fact I only got to concentrate on one game tonight. I'm not going to watch any NBA, no college basketball. I'm just going to focus on the national championship game itself. It would have been great to see them Gators in there, but things happen. Things happen. When you don't play good football, kids, you lose. Isn't that right? Isn't that the way it goes? And that's what happened. But I want to see some great football tonight. I don't care who's about to get a job in the NFL. I don't care who's about to go to another college and get a job. I don't care. But tonight it's about the Ohio State and Bama. Roll Tide. And also to the people who never watch college football, they only watch the national championship. Tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wonder how many references are we going to get to these guys. Well, you'll see this guy playing on Sundays next year. How many times are they going to say that? I got 5. The over-under of that is 5. I'm going to count how many times they say that. And how many times are they going to show that photo of Devontae Smith with his dad in the background when he made that one-handed grab early in the year? How many times are they going to show that photo? I got 2. I got 2 on that one. 2. What else can I put out there? What possibly could go down in this game? What they could say? Will Nick Saban give a sarcastic interview or a little bit of a bite? I gotta yell. He gonna pull an asshole move. I just gotta feel it. Especially if the game is not where he think it should be going into halftime. He gonna pull something off. He gonna get something slick. I mean, nobody gives better sound bites than Steve Spurrier and Nick Saban. They give the best, and Mike Leach as well. He gives some great ones too. But I'm looking forward to tonight's game. The official end of one hell of a great, confusing college football season with COVID going on. These amazing kids that still got out there and played ball. I salute you. I stand up tall and proud for you. You coaches as well, and you institutions that came up with a plan. Well, some of you did. We're gonna Big Ten, you go over there. We ain't talking to you. You go over there. You come in 2 minutes. Well, then you can get involved. But the rest of you guys that did this, thank you. Thank you for giving us one hell of a college football season. I, myself, really appreciate it. It's the only time I get to be an 18 to 21-year-old person once a week. That Saturdays when college football season, I act like a complete idiot. And I think I'm really 18 to 21 years old. So thank you again for a wonderful, fantastic college football season. My Florida football Gators. Hey, let's recruit better. Let's play better. Especially in the month of November. Let's do our thing and handle our business in the next year. I'm looking for a great, incredible offseason of recruiting, bringing them next Gators that's hungry and ready to do this thing. But tonight, do I want a high-scoring game, 41 to 38? That would be awesome as shit. I want a game kind of like Texas and USC type. I want to see something like that. Somebody get over the hump. Old Justin Fields could get over the hump tonight. If he goes out and beats Nick Saban, who's your daddy? That would be nice to see. All expectations, everybody thinks Bama's going to win. Everybody's on Bama. Roll Tide. Everybody's on their side. Okay, do your thing. But I love an upset. I love a hell of a story. Cinderella did lose her slipper on the way. Don't forget that. Don't forget that at all. So we're going to see what happens with this outcome of this national championship tonight. In the words of my great-grandpappy, you got to get out there and play the game, boy. That's it right there. You got to get out there and play the game. So it should be a fun game, action-packed. Lots of knowledge and statistics will be thrown at us tonight. Watch. But if you have the opportunity to watch the game in more than one way through all the ESPN affiliates, I encourage you to do so. Because I'm definitely going to talk about it on the next version of Montez at Midday coming up on Wednesday. So you might want to check that out. Also, don't forget to check out the latest episode of my podcast, Who's to Blame. Check it out today. Get you some swag here, by the way. If you're in Bell Vegas, stop by Beatniks and get your Who's to Blame shirt. Get it. Or if you don't want to drive out, go to DreMontez.com. Hit that shop button and get you some swag today. Check us out on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button as well while you're at it. Dre Montez. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on this Monday's version of Montez at Midday. Again, happy birthday to my boy Pete. Massive Bird. Light it up, scented candles. Great time of the weekend again, Menden. Thank you, my man. Love you. You guys have a great and phenomenal rest of your Monday. And get that lunch up.